Podcast. We have an awesome day to you. Though we are on day 2 of our podcast jump through. We just had a little while ago. We just had JR of Prayer on the Week, and this time on this Saturday, December 10th, we have the one and only HellHeart, Brandon Garret and Jess Gilmore is going to be our guest in a little bit for the one and only HexHeart Podcast episode 23, Hex Meets the Scorchers. So let's bring them in. Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Good. How you doing, man?
So you are live. So you are live on Facebook, and you are going to be live on YouTube. How do you feel? Just as a spitball.
Oh, great. Yeah, feels good.
Honestly, I'm actually really excited for this one because you guys like HellHeart has a name for itself. What do you think of that? What do you think? When did this start?
So HellHeart started for me. It was 2017, the end of 2016. I was in a band. I wasn't super happy with like the direction we were going. No disrespect to any of them. I wanted to do something that was a little bit more me. And so I kind of broke off, started doing my own thing, and it was all just about having fun and playing the kind of music that I wanted to play and writing music that, I had a personal connection with. And it just, I don't know, it kind of just took off from there. I mean, I don't think we're doing anything too crazy. We're just playing music that we love and having a good time. And it's been a lot of fun.
And you have a ton of features for HellHeart. You have HellHeart, you have Bearded Audio, you have a lot of performances coming out as of late. Mm-hmm. Where is your direction going for the next year?
Really, it's just we all just love music. We're big music fans. Jeff and I kind of started Bearded Audio as a way to, try to do more than what we were doing at the time. Like we invested in some audio equipment. At this point, he's kind of taken over and he's taken off with that. And just kind of trying to run live sound. It's just another way to kind of connect with the local community and be another avenue for live sound there. We are all big proponents of helping each other out and kind of helping the local community, local music scene thrive. And we just try to do anything we can to help foster that kind of positivity and that positive collaboration. So that's how Bearded Audio started. You may also be referring to like the Rebel Mind, which is my kind of video production company. Because I shoot all our music videos, and I don't do as many videos outside our band as I would like. I've just been super busy, but I try to help other bands do videos, and I've offered a lot, and a few have taken me up on that. Like I did Perfect Nightmare's first video for This Is War. That was a lot of fun. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out.
Yes, Mari is amazing in her own right.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I mean, they were all a lot of fun to work with. We're hoping, when we're talking about what's coming up next year, we're hoping to get some shows with them. Just maybe do a little bit of traveling. But yeah, I don't know. Like we definitely have like concrete plans that we lay out for ourselves, and they don't always they don't always go exactly according to plan. I'm sure if it like, but it's we're just trying to have fun. Music's not about competition. It's just about expressing yourself and helping each other out and
stop the competition, start the collaboration.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we're all doing the same thing. Nobody's better than each other. We're all just trying to have a good time, and that is our, probably, for me at least, that's probably our number one plan for 2023 is to just have a good time and not stress too much about,
We're doing this because we love it, not because it's a moneymaker.
Yeah, exactly. We wanted to, make a ton of money. I don't know, go out the country. Yeah,
do something else.
Yeah,
I got you.
It's always nice, and we definitely do things with the goal of trying to be, oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, lucrative. We would like it to be lucrative. We would like to make money doing what we love. So we definitely organize ourselves and we operate as a band in a way that we think it will best foster that. But that's secondary. It's just we want to write music and play music that we love, and do the best we can to try to do that in a way that is lucrative. But it's all just about, like I said, just beating a dead horse here, but doing what we love.
There you go. When did HellHeart start?
So like I was saying, in 2017 was our official first year of operation. I had kind of started putting the building blocks together of the band in 2016. 2017 was when we kind of hit the ground running, started making music. And there's been changes, just like there is in any other band. So while we've been around since 2017, I'd like to think that the birth of this version, the best version of the band, was
the end of 2020. I came on board in 2021 was never been announced.
Yeah. So during the COVID shutdowns, really, because things changed for us, and we had to kind of reevaluate what we were doing and how we wanted to do it. And so we've been around since 2017, but really, I would say this version, the new and improved version of the band, birthed in 2020.
Nice. I guess it just makes sense there's a quote that I remember. It is to get to advance, you start at the beginning, or you go backwards, or you start over. And I think that's what a lot of COVID-19 did for a lot of bands, and some made it through and some didn't. And you guys definitely are one of them that, from your perspective, definitely made it through. And after seeing the show over in November at the 1870 brewery, you guys definitely really killed it out there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was fun. And it wasn't as cold as the show we had before. We played in Stevenson the week before, and it was it literally hurt to play the guitar because pressing their fingers on the
my God, that must hurt.
Yeah, it was. But no, the one in Modesto was a lot of fun, and we have some plans to be back in Modesto early next year. So if you're around the area, make sure you check that out.
Yeah, for sure. What are some of your influences?
So many. I feel like we all have our own background and what it is we kind of grew up listening to. For me, a lot of my vocals kind of influenced by bands like Let Live, or The Chariot's a big one for me. but more the metalcore. I'm a huge fan of like As I Lay Dying and Killswitch Engage.
See, that's when I knew that he was a real one when he mentioned the Chariot. I had the same thing happen with Jeff. Before Jeff had joined the band, his band and HellHeart were playing a show together, and I overheard him mention the Chariot to whoever he was talking to, and I literally just did a 180, and I was just like, someone knows the Chariot. And I was like, I want to be part of this conversation.
Kind of like a Parkway Drive, Amity Affliction, that type of thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, Parkway Drive is one of my big influences. Bleeding Through, Bullet for My Valentine was a big influence on my early guitar playing.
All That Remains.
Yeah, All That Remains is a big one for both Brad and myself. Yeah. So like definitely a lot of that old school metalcore.
Right.
But I mean, we all really pull in from a lot of different places.
I definitely get that value when I see your videos of like Backslider and those other ones like it. I get a lot of view of metalcore, and it's when you yell, you don't shriek, you yell. And it's definitely an improvement over like if you were to like shriek versus yelling. And that's the way you can tell the difference between like death metal and metalcore, because death metal does a lot of shrieking or a lot of screaming, and metalcore does a lot of yelling.
Yeah.
And it plays the part for each band. And that's how I got that you guys were more metalcore than you were like death metal.
Yeah. And a lot of bands, I think, for when it comes to like screaming style vocals, a lot of people that don't necessarily listen to the music are like, I don't know what you're saying. So a big thing for me is clarity. I want people to understand what it is I'm trying to say. That way they can understand the words and feel the message as well. That's equally important as how heavy it can sound.
Yeah, because like for me, the words have always been really important. I write. I used to write all the lyrics, but now I have to like collaborate with this asshole. So we write the lyrics, and it's just like it's really important for me to get, because it's like a lot of the music is my story. Like it's the story of the things that I've been through, or the things that people have been through in general. But a lot of it, there's a personal history attached to what we write, and I want to make sure that when we're singing or screaming about these things, that people can understand it and connect with it.
Right.
We definitely take a lot of influences from different genres like death metal and power metal and things like that. And we try our best to have an interesting take on things, because, a couple of us are big fans of like, Viking death metal, like Amon Amarth. Like 3 of us are going to go see Amon Amarth. And it's like Amon Amarth and Carcass and stuff like that. We love that kind of music as well.
Is Avenged Sevenfold in there somewhere, or is that goes back to the metalcore?
So Avenged Sevenfold is an interesting one. I don't think any of us love Avenged Sevenfold. Some of us might hate them. I don't know.
Brad's a fan. He also likes Lady Gaga.
Yeah. But I mean, like, and I don't mean that as in any disrespect of it. So, well, clearly they're doing something right. And like, I don't know, people who talk shit about hugely successful bands, I'm just like, okay, you're cool, bud. Like, their old school stuff I dug, like Unholy, every metalcore kid's first song is Unholy Confessions. That they learn on guitar. It's just like that's like the GOAT riff of metalcore.
Right.
But in my old band, I used to cover a few Avenged Sevenfold songs, and they're actually a lot of fun to play, I will admit. But it's important, I think, to consume a lot of different kinds of music.
Right.
From Avenged Sevenfold to
Metallica to Megadeth to
I'm a big I prefer Megadeth over Metallica. I will throw my hat into that fight. But
I have a love for Testament. Honestly, there's a big fight over who are the big 5 thrash metal bands. It's like I don't even get into that because it's like I can't decide. That's horrible for me. I admit, but I can't do the whole thrash 5 debate. That's not my thing. But I definitely hear what you're saying. A lot of these bands have to connect to your value somehow, and all these bands make it to where you have content, you have where you yourself practice and play and get better, and then you branch off.
Yeah, definitely.
So would you say that, I'm trying to get back to the questions. So how can we reach you? How can we reach you in social media right now?
We're on all the big social media platforms. Spotify is a really big one for us. We have several videos on YouTube as well. We're on the Instagram. We're on the Facebook as well. If you want to talk to us directly, Instagram's really good. Our Discord.
We are going to start pumping our Discord more because we've been using Discord now privately for a good while. We have a public section, but we haven't started pushing it. But I think one of the things we're doing next year is we're going to try to use Discord as our hub for all of our social media.
Discord is good. Discord is a big one.
Yeah. So you can right now, definitely Instagram is the best way to reach out to us, probably personally. We're really starting to focus on our TikTok. We've had TikTok for a long time. Yeah, it's not my favorite thing, but it's working. We've had a few videos get a good amount of views, and it's kind of helped bump our numbers just in the past few weeks since we released our new song Pitchfork Mafia. Right. You'll be seeing us a lot more on TikTok, but definitely keep an eye out on when we start pushing our Discord. You can find us now if you are interested in joining our Discord. Hit us up and we can get you the link. It exists right now. It's just
what is your username for TikTok?
HellHeart Music.
Okay, HellHeart Music. Okay.
Yeah, most of our stuff is at HellHeart Music. I think Facebook is HellHeart Metal, because HellHeart Music was taken by some slam poetry guy in Canada 10 years ago.
That's
yeah, random. But yeah,
random. Tell us some stories about your escapades as HellHeart.
Which ones do we want to share? Which ones are safe to share? That's the crazy one.
There's a few ones that we can't, that I can't share on camera because that and my day job, I work at a middle school, so I.
Okay.
So I can't share.
So tell
any of them happen to see this.
PG-13.
Yeah. So, but what are some fun ones? One time when we were in Tahoe, I love telling this story. It was unfortunately before Brandon's time. We got to make some more Tahoe memories. So one time in Tahoe, after our show, we kind of stayed in a hotel. And we went to this casino. I forget which one it was. I have a hat. But we went to this buffet the next morning after the show. And being a bunch of jackasses, we started daring each other to do shit. On our way out, we tell Kevin, our drummer, to just fill his hat full of pot stickers. So he goes up and he just takes off his hat and he just like this, and he just starts filling it with pot stickers. And there's this dude standing next to him. And you just see the dude putting stuff on his plate and then slowly turn, look at Kevin, look down at the hat, and then just go back to what he was doing, and he pretended like he didn't see it. It was fucking hilarious. The dude was so uncomfortable. I bet you he tells that story to this day. And then we proceeded to go out into the parking lot. We rented those motorized scooters, and we were running around on those things on the parking lot, just chucking pot stickers at each other. That is my favorite rated E for everyone story that I can tell. it was a ton of fun, and we definitely need to go to Tahoe again.
That's awesome. What about you, Brandon? You got any stories?
Oh man, to be honest, every time we're all together, it's always a good time. We had a great trip out to Monterey last year. Nothing too wild happened, but it was a great experience. Yeah, I think that's probably the furthest we've traveled together.
I think so.
I think so too. It was like this 2-day festival. We played one of the days, and we went out there. We like to dress up.
That was our first Hawaiian.
Yeah, we went Hawaiian with it, and no one expected it. People thought we were gonna show up and be like a ska band or something.
Yeah, dude. So there was a lot of like thrash and death metal dudes out there, and they see us all get on wearing Hawaiian shirts. This guy's wearing like a beach hat thing and some Crocs. Brad's got this big old like sombrero type thing. Yeah. People were so confused, and then we get up there, we start playing Second Wind and just go as hard as we fucking can, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah,
it was
yeah. It was such a good time. I really hope we go back again next year.
Yeah. So if the guys in Speed Demon are watching, remember us next year.
Definitely.
There you go. What are some of your inspirations for your songs?
I mean, do you want to know her name? Like, so a lot of
you know what? Give me what you wish. This is your.
So the inspiration for 90% of our music. So I, just like every other sad boy, it was a girl that I kind of, ripped my heart out and put it through a bloody blender. 5 points to anybody who gets that movie reference. Do you know what it's from?
No.
Of course
Wait,
not.
what was it? What was it?
She ripped my heart out and put it through a bloody blender.
Oh no, I got nothing. I'm not that educated.
Yeah, if anybody can guess what movie I'm quoting, like hit us up. Well, first person will get a free T-shirt of our new T-shirt. We have one. If you want this one, we have a new one coming out soon, but we'll give you a free one. Anyways, yeah. So
you hear that? On this channel.
I was a different person a long time ago, and I let someone just completely fucking take advantage of me, and it fucked me up for a long time. And I'm not ashamed of it. I've grown a lot, and I put a lot of that into my music, because. Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people have been through something similar, with just emotions in general. Emotions are a wonderful and horrible thing. And a lot of our music goes into that. I try to have a positive spin on everything, because I try to make sure that no matter what you're going through, at the end of the day, it can get better. It can get worse, but it can get better. And that's one of the changes in direction I see. Sorry, what was
it? 3 days, what was it? Like Rise Again to one set, and Joy is darkest just before the dawn.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of not a shift in direction, but an attitude adjustment that I've had when writing our new music is like, there's a lot of anger and there's a lot of pain. And it's all about channeling it in positive ways.
Yeah. It also takes like the right mindset to be able to move past whatever it is that's been trying to hold you back.
And I think Second Wind, like our first release with this guy, like it really highlights that. And it's like, everything might be falling apart, but you know what? I'm going to fight as hard as I can to keep going and to make something better of it. So that's what a lot of it is. It's just personal relationships, bad roommate situations that I've had in the past, not currently, but in the past. Like I had some bad roommates in college.
So what about Backslider?
Backslider is a fun one.
I love Backslider. I think that was like my first contribution in the lyrics. I think all I did was just like part of the chorus, and we kind of collaborated because we both were having the conversation, and we both just kind of clicked.
And that's one of the great things is like in the past I've written all the lyrics and I'd have some input here and there from some of the other members, but like Brad and I, we gel really well when we're writing these things. And backslider kind of came from a place of, you know, you as an individual, you want to move on, you want to grow, you want to learn from your mistakes, and you want to move past the things that have held you back. And there are just certain people in this world that aren't okay with that. They do not want to see you grow. They do not want to see you, you know, become a better person. Because if you become a better person, then they're just going to stay behind, and like you'll make them look bad. And that's kind of where backslider comes from. Is there are people who will just run their mouth all the time. Don't contribute anything to society. Don't contribute anything to the people around them. They're just negative, and they want to drag you down to their level. And sometimes, you know what? You got to go down to the level, and you have to beat them on their field, beat them, and move on. And that's kind of where backslider came from. It's angry, it's aggressive, but at the end of the day, it's about just taking a step back, doing what needs to be done, and then moving on. That's kind of where it comes from.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Nice. Do you mind if I go ahead right at this moment to show the video of backslider that we are talking about, so the viewers can see what it is?
Of course.
Okay. Oops. Alright, that's funny.
I realize this is not going to work out.
I look with the phone.
Moving forward, like you keep pulling me back. You would never know what it's like to get to where I am. I'm living the world of mistakes, mistake what was back then. I never claimed to be a saint when all I am is built up and broken. There's too much at stake, and now I'm gonna take some swinging low again. I try to rise while you're thinking wrong.
No, Brandon, that's you as the vocalist, correct?
Keep running your mouth. Let all that vital flow out. Gonna jump on every lie you spread. If you wear your darkness, I'm wrong. I really wish that I wasn't born so that you make me out to be. Now it's time to wait, but I want to escape. So let's let this rage run free. Let you get the best of the one trying to be. Let's see the monster. You want this. I never wanted to be that person ever again. But just so you know, I'm probably never wanted to be that person ever again. But just so you know.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the tie between that one and Monuments.
That was intense. I mean, like, I got so into that performance. And Brandon, you were the vocalist of that one, and Jess, you were the guitarist of that performance.
Yep.
I felt moved by that song. I fucking love it. I wasn't like, okay, I'm going to admit this. I have not heard any of your music up to this point. So the first song that I heard from you, Backslider, I absolutely adore. I mean, and that's the first one I've ever heard. So that's a huge compliment to you guys, and I'll be sure to check you guys out more in the future for sure. I mean, you guys sound killer. Now,
thank you.
That's not to say that that's not the song I haven't heard live, because I've heard you play over at 5 Hour Brewing, and I don't know if I was at the one at the 1817, but I was there for 5 Hour Brewing. So I've heard you guys play, and I've also heard you guys play at the other place also, but I have not heard any of your music videos. So that was really clean. That was really, really good.
Thank you.
And Jess shoots all those videos. He might be a bit modest, but he's amazing at what he does. Any bands watching this, hit this guy up. He's killer at what he does.
For both of you guys both get kudos for sure. I mean, you're talented as fuck to get where you are. It's
Thank
impressive. You. Okay, so one more time, how can we reach you?
Definitely find us on Instagram, which is like at HellHeart Music. You can find us on TikTok. If you are interested in joining our Discord, just hit us up on any of those. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube as well. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube. If you use Spotify, it would help us out a lot if you would check us out on Spotify and just added us to your favorite artists and add us to your playlists. If you are, like I said, if you're interested in finding us on Discord, just look for any of those social medias and hit us up, and we'll give you that. We will definitely start pushing our Discord more next year.
And when is your next couple shows coming up, or are those to be announced at this moment?
So they're to be announced, but we do have one planned in Modesto, February or March. That's still getting worked out, which I don't even know if I told you about that one.
They just tell me where to show up on the
yeah. But we've been asked to play a show, and we've basically said yes. It just depends on the date. But it'll be in Modesto, I believe. So be on the lookout for that. And then we have some plans coming up next summer, but that's also nothing that's been announced yet. So
I got you. All right, and so, well, that's about all the time we have for our show. I want to thank you guys, Brandon Garret and Jess Gilmore, for being my guest for this afternoon. I hope the afternoon wasn't so hard to schedule for you guys.
Not at all. We're happy to be here.
Thank you so much.
All right. And when you guys have more information on your shows as well as videos, be sure to give the public their notice for sure. And I'll catch you guys later. Thank you very much.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right. We'll talk later. Bye.